Hi, just trying a new format today. Instead of me sitting here talking to you, I thought I would put the pages up that I'm reading. So, hope you like it.
Ardaman Clone 7, Chapter 1, Part 3. He went over to the 3 motorcycles and looked inside for more ammo, medical supplies, food and water. Not as much as he hoped, but nonetheless enough to replenish his water and at least quite a few more rounds of loose 38. He started the electric off-road bike. The quiet hum seemed almost inaudible. In the distance he could see movement. He looked up towards the sun. He wasn't sure where he was, but from the sun's position and the current time, he knew at least where north was. The men had come from the north. The distant movement was to the south. So he headed west. Accelerating slowly, he didn't look back. If he had, he would have seen the 2 larger men painfully make it to the bikes. It took a few minutes to figure out how they would be able to ride their machines and climb on top of them. The smaller man was begging for his life, tried to get to his feet but couldn't bear any weight on his left leg. They knew that they had stuffed up big time. They should have easily been able to handle taking Ardaman's gear. The middle-sized man asked if the bigger one should try and follow Ardaman. The bigger man shook his head. They wouldn't be able to ride quickly in this much pain over rough terrain. Ardaman was long gone, by nearly 10 minutes, so they headed back in the direction they came from. They headed back towards their base. It wasn't long before Ardaman came across a road. Now the decision. North to perhaps the base of the men he left behind, or south. He decided to go towards the north. If it did lead to their base, it may lead to a radio. If not sooner or later, he may find out where he was. A few side roads slipped by before he discovered he was on Chavez Pass Road. He kept heading north and discovered where the men had come from. Meteor Crater. He was in Arizona. The sun was moving up in the sky and he looked at his watch, just after 11 a.m. Did he dare try what must be their base, or should he just try to get to a close town? What town was close to Meteor Crater? He scanned his memory to when he was a child. His parents took him to Meteor Crater when he was 12. They went to a town with a statue. He remembered having his photo taken next to the bronze man. A song popped into his head. Standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona, such a fine sight to see. A girl, my lord, in a flatbed Ford, slowing down to take a look at me. The name of the man was escaping him, but he knew the town. Winslow. He knew it was not the smartest thing to do, but he decided to check out the distant building on the edge of the crater and see if it was the men's base or not. If it was, there may be more supplies. There may also be more men, perhaps ready for a fight before he got there. It was a dangerous decision, and he was just a guard from his own base, sent out on a reinforcement mission. He decided to go for it. He was far better trained than the 3 men that attacked him. If they were their scouts, they should have been their best. Still, he had made his decision and rode up across the scrub straight up to the car park of the previous tourist stop. He rode all the way up to the steps of the visitor centre. There were few but not many cars and an old bus in the car park. All but one of the cars was thick with dust and the wind-blown crap of the past 3 years. Ardaman could see a gun in the window of the bus, but ignored it. If they wanted to shoot, they would have done so already. A small man opened the visitor centre, much shorter than the shortest of the 3 men Ardaman had met only 10 minutes ago. But he held himself with purpose. This was a man to be reckoned with. "Do my eyes deceive me?" He spoke in a quiet voice, even-toned, without any hint of stress. Ardaman cocked his head slightly to the left as he got off his bike. "Ardaman, my friend." He opened his arms and walked over to embrace Ardaman. Ardaman moved his head backwards slightly, confused by the little man. The small man embraced Ardaman like an old friend. Ardaman spoke as the man let go of him. "I'm afraid I do not know you." "Ardaman, it's me, Tico. You found me in Phoenix, surrounded by Zedheads. Brought me here and helped me set up shop, taking in strays." "Were those your strays that found me down there?" "They stay here." "Well, they did. As of today, they're gone. I kept them for muscle, but when they saw your plane in trouble, they took off on my bikes. It took me 3 months to find those 3 beauties, and longer to get them working properly. I saw what you did. I was about to send Janet to rescue you, but you stopped them before I could." He pointed to the bus. A middle-aged Afro-American woman stuck her head out of the window of the bus where the gun barrel was before. Ardaman smiled and gave her a nod. She ducked her head back into the bus, smiling. "It was a joy to watch you," the little man continued. "Such speed, amazing. But why did you let them live?" "I gave them a choice. They didn't seem to like it." "Any make it?" Ardaman asked. He turned back to the centre, and another head was stuck out of the door. "Any make it?" The face was gone and the door shut behind it. "So, do you remember me, Matt Ardaman?" "The Ardaman you knew is dead. I am the latest clone of Matt Ardaman." "Clone? You're a clone?" "I am the 7th Matt Ardaman clone." "You are blowing my mind, Ardaman. I didn't think full-body clones existed." Tico scratched his balding head. 6 others before you?" "Yes." "Shit! So you don't know me?" "I'm afraid not. I owe that Ardaman my life. I am saddened to hear that he is dead." "Matt Ardaman is a bold and a little reckless. It makes us great fighters, but it also means we die a bit more frequently than others." "There are others?" "There are 6 clone types. There are limits, and only 6 clones can be made at a time. And we take 4 months to grow, another 2 weeks to go through education and extra training." "So, do you know what happened to my Ardaman?" "How long ago did he meet you?" "Just under 18 months ago. Could have been Ardaman number 3 or 4. Ardaman 6 was only put into the field 6 months ago." He cocked his head to the left again. "I believe it was Ardaman 3. 4 was sent on a mission to New York, not through Arizona. 3 must have died shortly after he left you. He died about 14 months ago in Las Vegas." "Vegas? Not good. Too many Zeds up there. Millions of them. I mean millions. Is that where you're headed? Vegas?" "No." "Just like Ardaman. Never give out more information than needed." The door opened and a head popped out. "Big Bill and Max are on their bikes, heading back here by the looks of them. Little Bill is Zed shit. They're leading the pack this way." "Fuck!" Tico exclaimed. "How many?" "Hundreds, Teak. Maybe 200 or 300. The head disappeared and then reappeared. "Mostly shufflers. but Zipper says he spotted 3 or 4 speeders in the centre and at least a dozen bricks. Hundreds? Ardaman asked. Where did they suddenly appear from? I only saw a couple of dozen during my descent. Fucking Bill! Tell Zipper to stop them, ASAP! The head disappeared again. Ardaman, I don't know where they came from. Tico shrugged his shoulders. Perhaps they were just lying in the dirt, starving, until they heard your shots. It sounded plausible, just very inconvenient. Why here? Why now? Ardaman, there is too many for us to handle. There aren't that many of us here, and now that we've lost our biker muscle, I don't think we can handle that without help. If you stop the 2 leading them here, you might be able to stop the horde following them. How good a shot is your man? Can he stop that at a decent distance? A mile or more? Zipper is our best shot. We have a Barrett XM500. A gift from you. I mean the other Ardaman, he corrected himself. But a mile? Zipper's not that good with a rifle. Maybe 600 or 700 yards. You have an XM500, but your best sniper can only hit 600 or 700 yards? Tico just nodded. I haven't fired an XM500 since early training, but I think I should easily hit 12 to 1600 yards given the right wind speed and a couple of shots to get it sighted. Up to 1600 yards? Are you sure? I'm confident in my ability. Well, in that case, would you mind helping us and try to stop these deadheads before they get here? Tell me where I should park the bike, and I will do everything I can to help. Okay. Tico raised an arm, and a face reappeared at the door. Change of plan. Tell Zipper that we have someone who can shoot a little better than him. But if the bikers come into range before we get up there, he has my permission to blow their heads off. The face, once again, ducked back inside. I think that's a pretty good place to stop it.
Well, did you like the way I did it? If not, oh well, let me know and I'll go back to the old format. Bye for now.